Hi everyone, welcome back to The Digital Bunch. I'm Dagmara, and today I want to share a perspective that many of you in the creative industry might recognize. Imagine you're on set with a big client. The stakes are high, $100,000 photo shoot. Props are being arranged, lighting is set, and truckloads of equipment are everywhere. The entire team is in motion, making sure every tiny detail is perfect. The pressure is real. One issue with the lighting or a last-minute change can add hours to the schedule, and in this case, tens of thousands of dollars to the budget. Now imagine this, non-chaotic shoots, no model rescheduling, just total creative control over the process from your laptop. That, my friends, is 3D photography. 3D photography is no longer a sci-fi daydream. It's here, and it's leveling up the game faster than an AI-generated meme. From ad campaigns to product launches, more brands are ditching traditional shoots and swiping right on 3D photography. Want proof? Think of IKEA's catalog. Believe it or not, more than 75% of their product images are 3D renders, not actual photos. IKEA doesn't rent out massive studios for every page of a catalog anymore. They create endless variations with 3D photography without breaking the bank. Why? Because it's smarter, it's faster, and spoiler alert, it won't make your CFO break into ugly tears. Today, I'm going to break it down with 7 game-changing reasons why 3D photography is better than traditional production. Personally, as someone who's braved both sides, I think this tech has ruined me for regular photo shoots. We need to start with the money. You've all heard about those infamous 6-figure photo shoots, right? Maybe it's a car campaign where the agency spends $200,000 flying out a team, renting a studio, stylists, set designers, light assistants, camera equipment. They are basically financing a small economy for one single billboard. Whereas 3D photography is doing the same work with about 70% less of the budget. Instead of booking high-end locations, you're creating these scenes digitally. Need a sprawling desert at sunset? Let the 3D artist do their job, and bang, you've got a Sahara on your screen. That studio's rent and travel expenses wiped off your balance sheet immediately. Look at most of Nike's campaigns. Nike embraced 3D photography to create stunning visuals of their shoes that seem to defy gravity. No location scouting or props required, just masterful 3D renders that looked as real as reality itself. And it costs way less than flying sneakers into space. And props, forget renting that $15,000 antique chair that you'll use for one vanity shot. With 3D, you model it, you texture it, and it's entirely reusable in the future. So imagine explaining 3D costs to your boss or the client, and you're like, yeah, the budget's under $20K, and we can reuse this setup like many more times. Just watch their eyes light up like it's Christmas morning. Time is money, people. Traditional photo shoots, they eat up weeks of your life before you can even hit the first shutter click. Pre-production, test shoots, waiting on daylight, or praying it doesn't rain if you're doing outdoor shoots. But 3D, it's like the time ninja. Need 5 different angles of a product? You don't spend days repositioning cameras. You just rotate the model in your software, tweak some settings, and voila, instant perfection. One cool example here is Coca-Cola's commercial visuals during the pandemic. They built entire 3D environments to showcase their product without pulling together physical crews. And the result? A campaign that felt still very cohesive, very creative, and seamless, all while saving countless hours of production time. And definitely better than their AI production. When you work with 3D, there's no golden hour stress. Your sunset lighting is always ready. You want to pause a shoot because it's 2 a.m. and you need snacks? Zero problem. Your virtual set isn't going to demand overtime pay. Traditional shoots need everything perfect now. 3D instead lets you work in bursts. No rush, no reshoots. It's like having a time turner without the moral dilemmas. Here's where 3D photography shows off. Creativity has no limits here. Traditional shoots are tied to physical limitations, props, locations, logistics, But in 3D, The only limit is your imagination. Ever seen the futuristic campaigns by Balenciaga? Their fashion houses have embraced 3D photography not just for clothing, but entire visual, virtual worlds. Designers loved how they could create otherworldly sets that would be impossible or astronomically expensive in real life. Want a car floating on a glowing lake made of liquid gold? Done. Want to switch the vibe of that shot in post from corporate to apocalyptic? Ready. With 3D, you can experiment endlessly without wondering if the client's going to spend sleepless nights over increasing costs. Lighting is the heart and soul of photography, right? But it's also the most frustrating thing in traditional shoots. Perfect lighting is about as predictable as a toddler in a candy store. Too much glare, you're adjusting for hours. Shadows in weird places, just don't even get me started. But 3D lighting, whatever you need, soft diffuse light, dramatic cinematic shadows, done. Like, you can even layer multiple light sources to create effects that seriously weren't doable during traditional live shooting. Another example here is Apple and their product ads. Those ultra clean, perfectly lit iPhone shots, not a single shadow out of place. And that is all thanks to 3D renders that give them total lighting control. And hey, no stress about studio weather conditions either. And here's a practical tip for you. Many 3D photography tools like Cinema 4D or Blender have real-time rendering, so you can see exactly how your lighting setup looks as you make changes. No guesswork is needed, and if it looks bad, just Ctrl-Z is your response. You know that restless feeling when you get back edits and realize that one prop in the background is crooked? Yeah, with traditional photography, every fix means booking another expensive shoot. With 3D photography, however, you can control everything. The scale, the angles, the colors, it's all manageable at any stage. So you want to add your brand logos on a product after the shoot? Easy. Need to reposition the subject? Even easier. And there's no worrying if you got the shot, because you can adjust the entire setup anytime, even after it's rendered. Details that are impossible in traditional production become standard work in the 3D workflow. And basically, you're no longer reacting to the environment. You're the master of your own digital universe. Another game changer is coherence. With traditional photo shoots, creating the same look across multiple days or locations can feel like solving a crime scene. Prop shifts, lighting changes, and somehow the mood just doesn't match. In 3D photography, flawless consistency. Since digital assets stay identical, your shots are cohesive from start to finish. You have the camera location in the exact same points, from start to finish. Campaigns like Hugo Boss's virtual fashion line nailed this, ensuring every scene from casual wear to high-end suits felt unified across platforms. And seriously, with 3D, you don't have to hope that this looks the same tomorrow. It's smooth and reliable every time. Now, do you love the planet? Good, because 3D photography is miles ahead when it comes to sustainability. Traditional shoots involve travel, props, catering, and massive energy usage. Every aspect leaves, obviously, a hefty carbon footprint. But with 3D, not entirely zero emissions. We'd still have rendering farms and computers, but you have no transport, no wasteful builds, no tearful goodbyes to plastic props that last one weekend. And brands that care about their eco-footprint, like Patagonia, love 3D photography for aligning with their green image while still delivering stunning campaigns. Saving the environment and your budget? What a win-win. And finally, collaboration. Traditional photo shoots can be exhausting for teams. Art directors, photographers, and clients all clashing over what looks right. But in 3D, remote teams can join in real time and give feedback instantly. Look at BMW's vehicle ads. They've leaned into real-time 3D workflows to craft not just images, but interactive models. Their teams worked remotely across countries, tweaking renders without anyone needing to meet face-to-face. And remember, those digital assets, they're forever reusable and editable. Effortlessly smooth collaborations across borders, time zones, and creative visions. And there it is, guys, 7 unstoppable reasons why 3D photography is taking over. It's budget-friendly, time-saving, eco-friendly, wildly creative, and gives you the kind of control and consistency that traditional shoots can only dream of. But we're only scratching the surface here. 3D photography isn't just the next big thing, it's the ultimate evolution of a visual storytelling. Whether you're an aspiring creator, a seasoned pro, or even a brand manager looking to transform your campaigns, 3D is the playground where your ideas go from good to groundbreaking. No matter where you are in the creative process, this is your sign to explore 3D photography. Have you dabbled in 3D photography before? Do you have a favorite 3D campaign that totally blew your mind? Or if you're a newbie, what excites you the most about trying this out? Drop your comments below, I'm buzzing to hear what you think. Liked what you heard today? Smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow creators. This is the Digital Bunch reminding you that the future isn't just digital, it's 3D. Catch you in the next one.